She slapped me across the face in front of 30 guests. Cake on the table, balloons on the wall, my brother still holding the knife like a king waiting for applause. I said, she hissed, "Give him the penthouse." My cheek burned, my chest didn't move, but I smiled, slow, quiet, and I looked at her, really looked, because that was the last time they'd ever see me. I used to believe I was born to prove myself, not to the world, to them. My mother with her cold eyes and colder praise. My brother, Julian, born 3 years after me, but treated like royalty since day one. Every A I got, he got a trophy for trying. Every win I earned, he got celebrated just for showing up. I paid my way through college, business, finance, real estate, all while they lived in the house I bought, driving the car I paid for. Julian couldn't keep a job longer than 6 months, but Mom said he was still finding himself. I found myself too, in a penthouse suite overlooking the skyline. Marble counters, private elevator, my sanctuary, my reward. But to them, it was just extra space for Julian's transition into manhood. The birthday invitation came handwritten, family dinner, no excuses. I showed up out of habit, not affection. The moment I walked in, I knew something was off. Julian's friends were already calling him the new king of the tower. One of them even clapped me on the back and said, "Heard you're finally sharing the wealth." Mom gave a speech, all about sacrifice, growth, brotherhood. Then she said it. Said I'd agreed to let Julian move into my penthouse. That it was just gathering dust anyway. That Julian needed to feel like a man. That's when I said no. And that's when she hit me. I didn't say a word, not then. I just stepped back, fixed my collar, smiled, and left. But in my head, something locked into place. It wasn't anger, it was clarity. They didn't want a son, they wanted a donor, and I'd been paying all my life. I started with silence, stopped answering calls, blocked numbers, changed my email. Then I cleaned house. I sold the penthouse quietly, legally. The same week, I terminated the joint bank account Mom had access to. The utilities she forgot to pay, gone. The lease she thought I'd renew for her, canceled. I let her find out when the notices came in. Julian called from a borrowed phone. "Bro, what the hell's going on?" I didn't answer. He texted me a photo of the penthouse. Empty. Where's my stuff? I replied with one word. Sold. He didn't know I owned everything in there, down to the silverware. He called me a monster. I didn't care. I was just getting started. Then I reached out to my lawyer, had him draft a formal debt recovery notice. Turns out every loan I gave them over the years, tuition, car payments, bailouts, I'd documented. They thought it was generosity. It was record-keeping. My lawyer filed claims, froze assets, placed liens. The house they lived in my name. Eviction was fast. They had 30 days to get out. I didn't do it to be cruel. I did it to cut the cord, to stop the bleeding, to finally choose myself. A month later, I went back. Not to reconcile, just to see. They were packing boxes. Mom looked older, smaller. Julian wouldn't meet my eyes. I handed them both envelopes, not checks, letters. To Mom, I wrote, "I spent my life trying to earn your pride. I've stopped trying." To Julian, "Being a man has nothing to do with where you sleep. Figure it out." Then I turned around, walked out, didn't look back. Now, I live in a smaller place, cozier, quiet. I cook my own meals, wake up without noise, breathe without guilt. I still get calls from old family friends, from cousins trying to mediate. They say I went too far, that blood is thicker, but so is self-respect. I gave them everything once. Now, I give them nothing. And in that nothing, I found peace. That birthday slap? It wasn't an insult. It was a gift. The last one I ever accepted.